gents, or good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching this. Welcome back to the Premier League prediction show on the Same Old Arsenal podcast. My name is Colin of Much Arsenal, if you didn't know already. Link to my channel is in the description below. And today we're going to recap the, game week 2, I guess. Let's see how many I got right. And I don't know. No doubt we've got some wrong. I get. I don't know. But anyway, look. Positive side. Arsenal won. That's all. That's literally all I care about. That's literally all I care about. And I'm buzzing for Saturday. So, yeah, let's get to it, shall we? The first game, Arsenal Burnley. I said 3-0. It was 2-1. But in instance, this is like one of them that I'm not too fussed about if I get it wrong. So, yeah, but Arsenal won, so that's all I care about. So, it is what it is. Pablo Amar saying, for fuck's sake. What are you saying for fuck's sake about, bro? Don't even know. Football Crazy JTV. What's up with the channel? Man, been long. It's actually back, bro. It's actually back. The link's in the description. Get heading over there. Anyway, let's continue where we were. The next game, Aston Villa versus Bournemouth. I said 2-0 Villa. See, I don't know what amazes me more. The fact that Bournemouth scored how many was it? Like 2? The fact that they won, or the fact that they won away from home. I don't understand. Like, it was meant. Oh God. Oh, Villa let me down. Shit. So yeah, 2-1 Bournemouth. Not great. Not a great start for me at all. Yeah, awful, man. Awful. The next game, Brighton and West Ham. I said 2-1 Brighton. It was 1-1. I mean, you just know this is going to go pear-shaped. Oh, my God. But you know what? It's not really about me getting it right. I mean, hopefully I can get it right, but mainly it's to, interact with all you guys. So, yeah, another L in there. Great. The next game, Everton, Watford. I said 2-0. It was actually 1-0. So, admittedly, I gave Everton a lot more credit than they gave themselves. It just, oh, Jesus. Oh, boy. Another L in the bag. Brilliant. Another L. Fucking brilliant. Okay. The next game, Norwich and Newcastle United. I said 1-0 Norwich, and I remember saying that it was going to be a very boring game. This was anything but. The actual score was 3-1 Norwich, with Pookie putting Newcastle to the sword. Or Pucky, however you say it. I don't know. I'm bad with names. But this game, right, I have to talk about this in detail just a little bit. Newcastle, see, this is why I had them in my top 3 to go down. It's not that they have a bad side. They have threats. They do. It's not that they have a bad side. It's their manager. In fact, it reminded me of, this Newcastle side now reminds me of how they were under Steve McLaren. They had a decent side with decent players that weren't, adjusting to the league, but they had Steve McLaren as manager, and the results kept on getting worse and worse and worse. And unfortunately, that's where I see this Newcastle side going. 3-1 against Norwich. They've just been promoted. I mean, wow. If that doesn't tell you that Newcastle are in trouble, then nothing will. Nothing. Like this Newcastle, honestly, I do fear for Newcastle. I really do. And do you know what? Newcastle is one of them clubs that I have a soft spot for just because of where I'm from. But if I was a Newcastle fan right now, I would not be happy. In fact, I'd be livid. I'd be livid. Why they insist on giving these bang average managers jobs is ridiculous. They let the greatest manager that they've had in well over a decade walk for free, and they're getting this shit. Do you know what? Mike Ashley, you get what you deserve, mate. You get what you deserve. You let Rafa walk, and now you're getting this shit. Congratulations. Lee Farrow in the chat. Evening, Colin. Evening, Lee. How you doing, man? You good? You good? Anyway, on to the next game. Southampton, Liverpool. I said 5-0 Liverpool. And to my surprise, Southampton only lost by 2-1. It was weird. I don't know what's going on with Liverpool, man. I don't know what's going on with Liverpool. If anything, now is the perfect time to play them if you're us, because I just don't understand what's going on with Liverpool. Like, it's weird. Last season, they were amazing. One of, quite possibly, like, the fact we're talking about the European champions here, and they're struggling against Southampton. I mean, okay, Southampton played well, but Liverpool, their squad is vastly superior. Vastly superior. So, I don't know. It's weird. It really is weird. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I got that one wrong, so yay. Yay. Next up, Man City Tottenham. I said 2-0 City. It was 2-2. And do you know what, right? I mean, that game, right? I swear to God, right? You know why I say Tottenham were the luckiest side in this league? Because of shit like that. Shit like that. Man City were all over them. All over them. And if I could borrow a term here for those football manager experts, right? There's this old saying that football manager experts like myself, right, like to use when we're all over the team and we get either a draw or a loss from it. That term is we've been FM'd. Man City were literally FM'd in this game. There's no other way to put it. There's no other way to put it. Simple as that. Tottenham weren't. Oh, they were so lucky, man. I swear to God, Tottenham were the luckiest side going. Like, people will say, "Oh, but Liverpool are the luckiest side going. Klopp's the luckiest manager." No. Tottenham are the luckiest side, and Pochettino is the luckiest manager. Because I'll tell you something, right? Man City should have had a penalty. Should have. No question. And to start with the whole VAR handball thing, right? Laporte is actually pulled into where the ball is. So the ball hits his hand, but he's being pulled into it. I don't like VAR, man. I don't like VAR. I hate Tottenham anyway, but ugh, them getting lucky, bruh. Anyway, let's go into the chat for a bit. Jonathan Tracy, don't get carried away. Liverpool have won their last 11 Premier League games. Yeah, okay, I can see where you're coming from, and okay, you're saying that Liverpool will beat Arsenal on Saturday. A sign of a great team is when you play bad. Okay, fine, I get that, but here's the thing, right? With us, right, there's not been confidence over the last few years, and this is like the first real time where I've felt like we can get something out of Liverpool. I'm not judging that purely because they're playing bad at the moment. I'm not judging it based off that. I'm judging it based on the fact that we sound. I mean, we just look better as a team. I guess. I guess that's the way to put it. Now, would I want a win? Of course I want to win. We've not won there in 7 years, but if we grinded out a 1-1, I would take it. Legit, I would take it. I could not care. All right? I wouldn't care. Because a point at Anfield is better than nothing. Do you know what I mean? I'd hate to go there and get slapped again like we usually do. If I want to see anything on Saturday, I want to see us fight and compete with them. That's all I want. If we lose and we fight and give everything to the cause, okay, fine. I can take that because at least the team haven't rolled over. But I don't want to see them rolling over this time. Do you know what I mean? Like we've gone to Anfield and got rolled over in the past, and it just makes you feel deflated as a fan. It really does. I remember the 4-0 Anfield around this same time a couple of seasons ago, right? I was not confident going into that game. I wasn't. And the reason why I wasn't was because this team needed a lot more additions to it back then. And when I saw the team sheet come out in that game, right, I'm just thinking to myself, what are you doing? What are you actually doing? You're going to Anfield with that team sheet and you don't even start Lacazette. Are you mad? Like, if we play our best team and we come away with a point, I'm happy. I'm happy. As long as we don't get humiliated. That's what I want. I don't want another humiliation. We've had enough of that. We've had enough of humiliations down the years. So the way I see it, we have to just fight and compete with them. That's all I want. That's literally all I want. I couldn't care less about anything else. Ugh. Anyway, back. Well, actually, we'll scroll through the chat a bit. We have to start the same team that started against Burnley. Maybe Pepe for Nelson, but the rest the same. Yeah, I agree, K-Man. I agree. I wouldn't change a damn thing about that 11 other than Pepe coming in. Karen Russell, this is not only my opinion, but I think we'll lose, but it won't be a humiliation. Do you know what, Karen? I reckon we'll get a draw. I'd really do it. And do you know what? I'd take that right now. I honestly, I would. If you offer me a draw now, I'd take it. Simple as that. Steve FC7, if Arsenal take 4 points from the next 2 games, would be the best way of going into the international break. Yeah, I'd agree with that. A point at Anfield and 3 against that lot. That'd be fantastic. That'd be fantastic. Anything less than 3 against that lot is unacceptable. I'm sorry, but no. But a point against Liverpool, Anfield, I can take that. Anyway, back to recapping game week 2. Sheffield United and Crystal Palace. I said 1-1. It was actually 1-0. And to be fair to Sheffield United, they've started this Premier League campaign pretty well. Like, to be fair to them. In fact, out of all the promoted sides, Villa, Norwich, and well, Villa, Norwich, and Sheffield United. I would argue that Sheffield United have actually been the better of the three. Because, I mean, okay, they didn't lose their opening game, they didn't win it, but they didn't lose. And it was against an established Premier League side in Bournemouth. So for them to, go to Bournemouth and get a point, that's impressive. That really is impressive. And for them to beat Crystal Palace again, they're impressing people. They are. Now, I don't think Crystal Palace are anything special. I actually think they're a bang average side without Zaha. And once he leaves, they're well and truly screwed. But, credit where credit is due. Sheffield United have been doing well so far. Whether they can keep that up, who knows? Who knows? But they're impressing me. They are. Sheffield United are impressing me as a whole. And if they can keep this up, then who knows? They might stay up. They might not get relegated. The last time Sheffield United were in the Premier League, they got relegated that same season. So, and that side was dreadful. So, if they can do better than that, they'll go places, I think. Now, Chelsea-Leicester. I said 2-1 Leicester. It was actually 1-1. And what I would say about Chelsea, right? Listen, Chelsea fans need to get used to this because this is life without Hazard. This is life without Hazard. A buying average side that's got nothing up front. Simple. Simple. Now, that's not to discredit Leicester because, Leicester are a decent side in their own right. But there was no chance this Chelsea team was getting top four. No chance. No chance. No, not having it. Chelsea fans can moan at me all they like in the comments or in the chat or wherever they are. Their team is shit. Shit. And I will go on record in saying that. Mark my words. Chelsea will not finish above 10th. Part of me is hoping that they get relegated, but that won't happen. So 10th, right? And any Chelsea fans that wants to cut this up, right, and post it on on Twitter or wherever as a meme, right? If Chelsea finish above 10th, fine, do that. But right now, I don't see you breaking out of that 10th place because when you compare it to the likes of Leicester, Wolves, like we're living in a day and age where Wolves and Leicester have a better side than Chelsea. Like to me, that oh my god. But I got that one wrong as well, so because I said 2-1 Leicester, but it was actually 1-1. So yeah, there you go. Now, the final game of game week 2, Wolves and Man United. I said 2-1 Wolves. It was 1-1. So let me just crunch the numbers real quick. How many did I get right this week? Oh yeah, 0. Shout out to one of the comments from last week that said I get them right. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Anyway, we'll go into the chat real quick before we go over this game week. Came on 1867. Leicester look really good, going to upsets big teams. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Leicester have a decent side. Karen Russell will batter that lot 100%. I hope so, Karen. I hope so. I can't be dealing with a Tottenham loss, thank you. No. We can't be having that. Most of the fans I asked think it's completely between Arsenal and Man United for 4th place. Do you agree? I reckon we are just in a better position than Man United, Steve. I really do. I mean, okay, they beat Chelsea 4-0, but Chelsea are dog wank. So, the second they come up against the side that will give them even a little bit of trouble in Wolves, right? They don't capitalize. They don't, push on. Like, Man United could have easily won that by a couple of goals in the first half, but then Wolves got better in the second half, and then it just all went to pot for them. I don't know. I can't pronounce your name, mate. Sorry that. Announce Pepe. I know what you want, mate. Pepe in the starting 11. I want to. I want him in the lineup too, bro. I want him in the lineup too. Ah! Oh, God. Screenboy 8, third, fourth for us, I think. Yeah, I'd agree with that, Screenboy. I'd agree with that as well. Jonathan Tracy. I'm planning on starting my own platform as a Liverpool fan, mate. Could you DM on Twitter for some advice when you're finished here? Do you know what, mate? I will. Do you know what, mate? What I'll do, right? Because I've got another live stream at 8 o'clock on my own channel, but before that, I'll DM you. All right, so don't worry. Just link me your Twitter in the chat so I know where to find you. Now, Arsenal, would you start Pepe against Liverpool? Not sure I would, to be honest. Do you know what, mate? I would. I don't care. Okay, fine, he's not 100% match fit, but here's the thing. We'd be in a better position if Pepe started against Liverpool than if he didn't. Like, I don't want to go into this game not playing our best 11, okay? It'd be the same thing as what happened a couple of seasons ago with Lacazette not starting. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want that again. Pepe, to me, he has to start against Liverpool 100%. But anyway, let's move on to the second game week, I guess. See, what's the alternative? Mkhitaryan. Yeah. I mean, for fuck's sake, no one wants Mkhitaryan in the 11. Jesus, I'd rather play Reece Nelson than Mkhitaryan. And that's not a dig at Reece Nelson, because I actually like Reece Nelson. But, you have to start Pepe. You have to. I'm not having any of this other crap. Question: Ceballos, Ozil, or both at Anfield? Ceballos at Anfield all day long, Karen. All day long. Ozil's been here how long? 6 years? What's he done against the big sides recently? Nothing. So to me, Ceballos is a better fit, at least in my opinion. But anyway, let's move on to game week 3. And it starts tomorrow. Aston Villa against Everton. Oh my God. This is, oh man. Villa losing. Everton have won. Everton won last weekend. I don't want to. I don't want to. Sit on the fence here. So I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go with. Again, I'm putting my neck on the line here. I'm going with a 2-1 Everton win. I don't think it'll be easy for them by any stretch, but to me, Villa, I'm not saying Villa have a bad side, because they don't, but Everton, for me, they just edge it. For me, there's not even any solid logic to my thinking. It's just more just the fact that Everton have a better side, I think. That's basically what it is. Now, following that, Norwich City against Chelsea. Now, back in the day, right, and this is when Chelsea were this powerhouse and were unbelievable, right? There'd be no doubt in my mind what I'd be going for if Chelsea were like they were back then, right now. But they're not. They're not. They're not. If anything, they're actually worse. And when I say worse, I mean worse than last season. So to me, I just don't see Chelsea winning this. I know that's crazy to say, like, because it's Norwich, but Chelsea, they just don't have anything for me. They just don't. I've not been impressed by what they've done in their last couple of games. Yes, they've played, good football, but they just lack that cutting edge. And Norwich will be on a high after last week's win. So to me, I would say I'd say 2-1 Norwich. I can't even believe I'm saying that myself, but Jesus, like, oh my God. It's just bizarre, man. It really is bizarre. Brighton against Southampton. I don't even know this. Like, it's really throwing me curveballs here. Oh boy. Oh boy. I reckon Southampton will win this 2-0 because Southampton, they impressed me last week. They did. Southampton impressed me last week. I didn't think they were that good in game one. In fact, they were pretty awful in game one. But against Liverpool, they showed something. And if they can replicate that, I think they'll do well. So to me, but then again, Brighton haven't been that bad either. Brighton haven't been that bad. Oh, I don't know now. I'm second guessing that. Do you know what? I'm going to sit on the fence here. I'm going to sit on the fence. I'm going to say 2-2. 2-2 between Brighton and Southampton. Man United and Crystal Palace. I mean, do I even need to explain this one? Like, this is a 2-0 United win all day long. Palace are not that. They're awful. They really are awful. So, yeah, 2-0 United. Sheffield United and Leicester City. Another test for Sheffield United. Like I said, they impressed me. They've impressed me, Sheffield United, but my only question would be, is this going to be a stretch too far? If they lose this, it's not the end of the world. But if they win this, people will start looking at them and thinking, whoa, what's happening here? So with all that in mind, I'm going to say 2-1 Leicester. 2-1 Leicester. I don't think Sheffield United will win it, but I don't think they'll get rolled over. I think it'll be a 2-0, not a 2-0, a 2-1 Leicester win. Yeah. Watford and West Ham United. Literally the definition of Jekyll and Hyde football sides. Watford have started poor, man. Poor. Like, I don't know what the league table is right now because I've not looked at it. But from what I remember, Watford are bottom of the league, and that ain't a good look. That ain't a good look. West Ham are about as Jekyll and Hyde as you could possibly get. One week they'll be fantastic. The other week they'll be dog shit. So, I don't know, man. Oh, no. I think... Do you know what? I think Watford are going to get their first win. I really do. I think Watford are going to get their first win. So I'm going to say 2-1 Watford. Honestly, lads, with that one, I really can't call it. I can't because Watford have been poor. to start the season. West Ham, like I said, are about as Jekyll and Hyde as you could get. So even more so than us, we'd be called one of them sides that's Jekyll and Hyde. But West Ham, man, they take that to a whole new level. So to me, I got to go with 2-1 Watford. Who knows? Watford might get their first win. West Ham might play dog shit. I don't know. They might. Liverpool, Arsenal. Oh, God. Part of me wants to go with an Arsenal win, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be honest, okay? Liverpool are a fantastic side. No doubt about it. Are they playing well at the moment? Well, in terms of results, yes. In terms of performances, no. But Liverpool, they always turn up against the big sides. That's the thing with Liverpool. They always turn up against the big sides. With us, this is our first real test since making all the signings and whatnot and, playing this 4-2-3-1 shape that we are at the moment. I'm going to go 1-1. And you know what? I'd take that. I'd take that all day long. Would not care. Would not care. Am I hopeful that we can win? Of course. I'll go into it thinking that we can win. But right now, with Liverpool's habit of them turning up against the big sides and, this being our first real test, I think it's going to end 1-1. Now, that wouldn't be the worst result. In fact, that'd be great because normally we get slapped up at Anfield. So anything that involves us avoiding humiliation is great. So, yeah, I'd take a 1-1 all day long. The following day, or the Sunday, Bournemouth and Man City. Man City win all day long, 2-0. Don't even have to think about it. Tottenham and Newcastle. Oh, my God. Do you know what? This is an easy 3 points for Tottenham. It is. Newcastle, to me, they're going to get relegated. They are. If you're conceding 3 goals to Norwich, you've got problems. I'm not saying Norwich are bad, but it's their manager, man. It's their manager. For that reason, I've got them in my 3 to go down. So, with that said, 3-0 Tottenham. 3-0 Tottenham. And the final game of the weekend, Wolves and Burnley. Oh, man. I think Wolves are just going to edge this. Just. So I'm going to go with a 1-0 Wolves win. A 1-0 Wolves win. But anyway, that's the game week over. Very productive tonight. And as the chat's going mad, you guys are out in your droves as you always are, and I enjoy doing this. And the reason why I do, right, is because 1, it gives me a chance to interact with all you guys, and 2, it's actually one of those where I can sort of branch out into something else. Do you know what I mean? Instead of talking about Arsenal all the time, I can talk about other teams in my honest opinion, and you guys can do the same as well. So yes, it's a fun time. It really is. Anyway, before I go, make sure you subscribe to the Same Old Arsenal YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter as well, which the link will be in the description below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do so, because that link is in the description as well. So yeah, it should be a fun time while I'm down there. But until next time, I will see you guys next week for the week 3 recap. And, you know, hopefully I get some right. Although, probably won't. Probably won't. Anyway, positive vibes going for the weekend. And yeah, until next time, I'll speak to you in a bit. Take care and peace, lads.